impromptu video recordings. It is Saturday at 10:57 p.m. Saturday Flow. I'm on my tablet this time. I've just gotten back from Ivan's, and Ivan, I asked you if I had any of that fucking tar on me. I can see it in my freaking right there, and you guys didn't say fuck all. It's from a tree sap. I think that's kind of funny. Anyway, I did a recording. I just looked at it. I haven't actually seen it yet, but I look so goofy in it, and it's a bad video quality. At least this one's a little better video quality. And I thought, I'll just do a closing statement. So I've been down in the woods. I got my beer. I found it. I did a little camp out until it was dark. I was able to light a fire, get a fire, put it out, everything else. Da, 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 da. I went through the survivor stuff real quick, fast mode. Blah, blah, blah. But something really, really sticks hard in my mind from what I saw. Trees falling down. I had to worry about smoke from the fire in case someone saw it, and then they freak out and they come rushing to try and it's just a clusterfuck. And yet people can cook in their homes all the time, and there's no issue, right? You got vehicles driving by all the time, polluting the living shit, both in air quality and in sound. There's all these things going on in the world that are just so fucked up. And I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to address it. I don't even know what to say. It's like every artist, even the ones that I can't stand their music, okay? I've listened to enough of all the different genres that basically they're all saying the same thing. Life sucks. It's a bowl of shit. Hopefully there's something better out there. They've all got a dream that it can be better. We hope you share this dream, and at least somehow we can connect somehow, blah, 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 and it all fragments. But basically at the core, everyone's going, help. I don't know how much anything I say or do is going to make any difference anywhere, but I just finished listening to Nickelback song a few minutes ago, and I just got off the phone with my mom. About an hour and a half we were on. Really nice chat. Had an excellent day with my brother Ivan. I saw my old brother Ivan that I remember today. Funny bastard, man. He's fucking hilarious. And really kind-hearted. For a guy, holy shit, one of the most kind-hearted men I know. In fact, probably is. He's also my younger brother and one of my best friends. And I'd like the opportunity to explain what I mean by best friends someday too, because I think we all have a number of people that really fit that category depending on what aspect you're looking at and from what point of view. But really, aren't all the people in our life important to us? And I want to take this a step further. Not just the people we know, but who brought you your toaster ovens? Where did the technology come from for your cell phones and for all this gadgetry that you might hate, be addicted to, but still hate, and yet love, or you wouldn't be addicted to it? It has such great potential, and maybe we're just on the birthing stage of something as people get used to using this technology and figuring out how it all works and what it can be used for. Because for anyone in the know on the state of our life support on Earth, holy shit, 911 was fucking years ago. We're already dead. Got nothing to lose. At the same time, when you know you're already dead, if there's a chance for life, you're going to jump at it. Even if it means people jump out of windows to avoid fire, right? I don't want to really get into anything too deep. I'm not saying I ever do, because God knows, I never think too much. My mother took me down memory lane tonight when I was on the phone with her. Invaluable source of information that as we get older, we realize, the value of our parents and what they really went through and what they're trying to do. and witnessing what my brothers and sisters, my siblings, and those in the community around me are going through with having children, families, spouses, different relationships. On the one hand, I can see how an incredibly beautiful thing that is. And on the other hand, I see this ugly side. Teach their own. Everyone's got to do what they got to do, right? At the end of the day, I hope we all get the same message at the same time before it's too late and realize the value of what we have around us. Concrete is not a value. A tree is. How many of you have ever planted and grown a tree, cultured it, took care of a plant as if it was a child? Because until you can do that, pardon me for yous that have already had children, what's done is done. But my point is, if you can't grow a tree to full maturity, say 20, 30 years of age and thriving, I doubt you're going to have the ability to raise another human being. Because let's face it, how many of you are immortal? Right. So you don't know how to keep yourself alive, but you're going to teach your kid to do the same thing, which is die. Oh God, I'm torn by this all the time. And I used to, when I was younger, really railroad my mom and dad, my mother and father about, I didn't ask to be born. I wanted to throw all the blame back on them, like for my agony, for everything I fucking hated, for everything that I knew was wrong but couldn't speak about. And you get older and you find, oh, there's ways to speak if you can survive long enough and if you can maintain enough energy. And if you have, oh, geez, it gets to so many things that got to be lined up for you to. But you know what? There's a few of us that find ourselves in that position. For fuck's sakes, if any of you out there can relate, don't waste the opportunity. Every night I think, fuck this internet. I'm just going to shut it down. I've wanted to take my laptop and just fucking throw it in the river and never look at it again. I did that with my cell phone. I literally cracked it and smashed it. I got so fed up with it ringing that it drove me nuts. That's it. Over. Done. Now, I've got a phone again. Fortunately, the clever heuristics have made it so it's all gentle, nice, but it's still disturbing. Okay, so I guess that's all I'm going to say for now, because I want to start keeping these videos a little shorter, a little more succinct, easier to review. And I want to try and get a little more content. And I want to report what I see each day and my interpretation of it. Because what I look for when I go online, and I'm disappointed right now, but I also understand that when I first got online, I couldn't even get to the information I already knew existed and that I put online. And as I could work my way through to getting that and realized, oh, geez, look at what's happened here. That's a big story. We don't really have to get into that any more than any of you need to know how the ignition in your car works to drive it. And I wish all of you did, because if you did, accidents would be reduced considerably. But unfortunately, we've got a society where people have equipment they're really not equipped to use without liability. And it's become an accepted phenomenon in our society. I simply don't agree with it, but I have to acknowledge its existence. Just like we have to acknowledge that police exist in our world. My brother was talking to me about pirates tonight. First thing I thought of is the marauding bands, the chanting hordes, the big bullies, Nephilim. Oh, the police? The demons? No, because, see, well, let's leave religion alone. See, if there's no God, there's no demons, but there are demons, and there is some higher force, some connect, if you will, that people share, just like animals do of common species. But sometimes that communication gets tainted, it gets distorted, and that can lead to some very, very unfortunate events. What's if we could all maybe read between the lines, see the good in each other, try to glean all the beneficial things, because we really don't have time to waste on problems we all know exist. We need to focus on solutions that we don't know exist yet and find them and share them. It means everyone's lives. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, was just listening to Nickelback, If Everyone Cared, and What's If Today Was Your Last Day. And there's a few lines in those songs that I think should be Canadian anthem, and everyone in Canada should be proud of. I've never heard Trudeau say anything that I would even quote to anyone in another country because, well, quite frankly, what the fuck is that? Oh, and I'm going to say this while I have the chance, because in case the videos I did earlier didn't get published. I doubt the existence, and I'm pulling into question, the validity and the identity of one Donald Trump and the real Donald Trump on Twitter. Whoa, that's good. That is a classic. And Trudeau, who only shows up in advertisements and with the CBC and a few other networks, but really has no authentic stuff coming through from the core that shows he's active as one of the people orchestrating your video streams that you're getting. Now, he may be one of the people on the outside putting the ads in. I don't know. I'd like to see some positive identity that proves that these people that you all talk about in Canada, especially, I don't know about America, maybe you talk about fucking Russian guy, but in Canada, they don't mention Trudeau. He's, half the people don't even know his name. He's like, who? No, I never heard of him. But they talk about Trump. If we can't figure out the shit in our own home, in our own environment, in our own local space, hey, Garden City, St. Catharines, I'm talking to you right now. Hamilton, go fuck yourselves. You guys are too far away. And you've already done enough pollution to all the land anyway. So what I'm thinking is, what's if we have each city just look after itself? There's no reason you can't. Yeah, we'll have to rely on resources and energy and expertise of those of us around the world that would help orchestrate and facilitate. But to bring it right to a focus, I'd like you all to think about an edible forest, edible classrooms. From birth, you're starting to learn how to live with nature. And is it natural to grow up to be an electrician up on a fucking ladder 30 feet in the air with 40 pounds of fucking tools around your waist? Minus 30, wind blowing, you're trying to fucking do a connector up with a fucking wrench. But you do it, you get it done, and you survive it. You wonder why you got backaches and fucking neck problems and joint problems and all kinds of problems. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. And that's only just one of the trades. People in every industry have it. Office workers, high-rise buildings. You guys, you're gonna have you already got problems. I can get into all kinds of stuff with isolating yourself from ground, your electron potential, your body voltage levels and stuff. It's all basic fucking yogi sci-fi at this point. But I'm mentioning it to lay the opening for some really cool stuff that we hope very much to share with the Garden City of St. Catharines to make this place truly stand up to its name, to exemplify its name, to speak without even a word to the rest of the community around us. We got some beautiful landscape. There's still a lot of amazing plants here that are unique to the region. We still have a gold mine of green in our region here. The Short Hills Park, that whole area up here, it's still got a pulse. It can be revived. It's our best friend. We're not going to let that die. I don't know what to express, what to say. I get depressed. I walk out in that forest and I feel like, oh, yes. And then I feel like death again because I see the death. I try to ignore it. I try just to see the good. Try to see my way through it. And then I hear a horn honk. I hear the fire engines, the police sirens. I'm on a national park boundary and I hear all this fucking noise of unnatural origin. I hear chainsaws going. I imagine the animals in the forest. I get overwhelmed. I told my mom tonight I seen. When I was 5 years old, I remember the way things used to be and fearing that those older than us didn't have it figured out. And it was only a year or two later, I don't remember thinking that again until I was about 45 years old, roughly. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I felt like I just lived 40 fucking years unconscious. And then woke up to the worst nightmare I could ever imagine. And in that same nightmare, I got people all around me, plastic smiles everywhere, telling me how good life could be and you got to be more positive. Wow. Don't even know where to go with that. You know, if the forest here dies, basically, anyone around, like, you know what? I don't care how weird it sounds. I feel if that forest dies, I'm dead. And I feel every time I go out there and I see it dying more and more, and it's some areas are getting better, but most of it's dying. And I look at my pictures online just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Holy shit, what the fuck has happened to me? Wow. Then I've had people say, oh, it's because you drink and smoke. Yeah. Then explain why people around me that bathe regularly, don't drink, don't smoke, are just as unhealthy and sometimes sicker. Half the time, the only thing that keeps me going is the adrenaline of the fuck you spirit. And honestly, that's not a good feeling, really. There's got to be a better way to want to keep alive, to wake up and go, wow, what do we get to do today? We're building that mudslide, the underground cave. Oh, we're going crystal hunting. We get to watch for minerals. Oh, look at the fireflies tonight. Woohoo! No, we've forgotten totally what it's like to have clean water, clean air. You go on these, don't drink, don't smoke, don't swear, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, you got to do this. Here, magic exercise is going to make it all good. Well, if only people would just submit to the faith. Why don't everyone just obey the law? Holy fuck, I hear all these stupid, trivial comments. The trivial comments. See, I've lost my poetry, lost my flow. I don't have that fucking... See, when you've got these really good feelings in you, the creativity comes out in a different way. But I think to ignore what some would call the negativity is to be a stupid, bumbling fucking idiot. You see, something real is not negative. It is. You can't say it's good or bad or positive. It might be uncomfortable. It might be undesirable. Not what you wanted, but holy fuck, it's what you're dealing with. And I'd like to meet, if there is anyone, I would love to meet you, that has got this all by the bag. That, hey, I make my own life. I make everything. Oh, yeah, you got godlike powers. Yeah, come on, bring it on. Come show me. And for the local media people, especially in Southern Ontario here, what the fuck do you publish anything about Trump for? And how come there's been dozens of people murdered in our community, and the very next day you guys got nothing to fucking say, nothing to report? And here's a caveat. You guys have reported it. How come the public doesn't mention anything? I've looked at the chat comments in some of these fucking things, from murderers to just incidental nothings, and quite frankly, I'm wondering if it's all the same character of bumbling fucking idiots. Just nodding yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir, blow smoke up my ass, I'll pay you again, is not intelligent comments, and there's not a lot of intelligent comments still online. I have to admit, compared to what it was 10 years ago when I looked at the live stream chats, I wondered if there was any filters whatsoever, because almost 100, well, I still haven't engaged in any of them. They weren't even on par to even fucking bother with. But if you see any of my comments in any of the chat streams, pay attention to what was going on in that, because I won't comment unless there's something fucking significant. And there's something significant going on in our city. The ignorance of the things that matter. Try and figure out who the people are that you really need in your life. Ask yourself how far you travel from home to get the resources you need, how intelligent you are, what are you teaching your kids, what example are you setting to your other siblings, what are you doing for Earth? Because if everyone was to really analyze what you do for Earth, I think it would start you on a better fucking course, somewhere that's going to lead to something that might have more hope. Right now, if I was a doctor on a universal scale, I'd say Earth's dead. Prognosis terminal. It's just, if you got anything to say it now, because Earth's taking its last breath and it's going to puff out and be gone. Now, y'all might say, well, Earth will be around forever. Well, look at all the other planets. They don't look alive. Anybody ever think, what's if those planets were all inhabited? And because the wrong paradigms, the wrong beliefs, the wrong assumptions were followed and adhered to, that maybe we're in this mess, that this is the last remaining island of life in the whole entire universe. Whether there's life out there or not, who fucking cares? Most of you don't know if there's life at the bottom of the ocean, or in your backyard, or under your bed, or in your own fucking body. And that's pretty disturbing to me. Let's leave it at that. It is 11:19, Saturday, January 25th. And I am Dave, the barn boy, still looking for my true identity, because I'm still trying to discover and figure out this reality. And I've got a call out there to everyone in every community, especially in my own locality, for some unity, some harmony, some coordination, communication, some collaboration, some local orchestration where we can work together to make this place an example that shows that, yes, we humans are capable of something much better than wars and bullshit and arguing and fighting and decimation. There's got to be more to life. And if not, hey, where's the assisted suicide hotline? I want to make a reservation right now. Because if there's no hope to make this work, then what the fuck is anyone fucking doing? You think going to work and making your 9 to 5 fucking peanuts? Holy fuck, ain't gonna do shit. How about something worthwhile? I am over and out.